I know what you guys are going to say. Mecca, it's not nighttime. In fact, it's like afternoon and you're posting a nightly with Meccavellii. Yes, guys, I have been gone for 2 nights in a row. Um, Not really because I have any good excuse, but I wanted, excuse me, I did just burp. Sorry. Um, I wanted to really get to the meat, especially since we're watching two different shows right now. I wanted to bust down at least like 3 to 4 episodes of each of those shows so that I could come here and talk some good shit. The videos have been anywhere from 12 to like 15 minutes, and I wanted to do like a solid 20 to 30. um and really get this thing back going, like really talk some shit. I know whenever I am really like tapped in on the shows, the comments of these videos go up. So I was like, no, I need to tap in, I need to lock in. um Always start off the episodes with housekeeping and what we got going on. I am going actually a little bit later today. I'm going to a Mardi Gras parade in Galveston, Texas, which is super duper fun. I'm super excited. We made hats, we made costumes, we got umbrellas, and then next week, as you guys know, I'm going to the rodeo cook-off, the opening night, and after that, I'll be flying into Mobile, Alabama for their Mardi Gras festival or their Mardi Gras parades. And Mardi Gras actually started in Mobile, Alabama, so me and Jamila will be there. So that's super exciting. Another reason I didn't make a video last night is because I ended up going to this club. It's called Sugar Room. They have R&B night. And so it was a really chill, fun night last night. Woke up, got some work done, and was still in my pajamas. And I had all my notes, and I was actually I literally just got done with an episode of Young, Famous, and African. I was starting a new episode and said, wait, let's film, because I have thoughts on both Huntsville and I have thoughts on Young, Famous, and African. So let's get straight into it. I've got really well done notes. I wrote my notes in full sentences this time. So what I want to start with is what's at the forefront of my mind right now, which is Young, Famous, and African. And then I'll do Love and Marriage Huntsville. So first of all, his name's Louis, but Louis, they all call him Louis. His story about his family and being excommunicated from his religion really, really got to me. It puts so much shit in perspective about why, like how they said, like how he gets involved in everything, how he wants to be everyone's friend, why he wants to have the baby and the surrogacy. And it just added the context that it needs to. I agree with everyone, and he needs to speak up for himself though. Because it was getting to the point with Swanky and the Benong thing where it was like, okay, y'all are clearly bullying this man, but it's like he's not saying anything about it. Swanky was being very weird to me. I think that Swanky just wants to keep the storyline going, and I'm seeing that because I do like Swanky. The first season, I really, really like him, and for the most part, I like him, but when he's involved in conflict, I can just definitely tell, since he cannot necessarily show his personal life, wink, 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 like everyone else. He has to, that's how he has to get his screen time and his storylines and all this type of shit. So I get it, but then it gets annoying because it's like, oh my god, there's really nothing going on here. And I definitely do think the Underlay pulled him to the side or something, because the way Swanky was on 10, he brought the shirt, da da da, and then Underlay had that conversation with Louis, and after that, Swink, like when they were on the boat, it's like everyone knew what Louis was about to say, but was just acting like they didn't. Because Swinky was so open to forgiving, so like they just kind of were with bated breath. The only person who did not know what Louis was about to say, if you peep this part, I was literally cracking up. So Louis was like, I have something to tell everyone, and then he's going to go and tell them about how he hasn't spoken to his family. That's why he wants to have a baby. And Naked, like, the camera's not even on Naked, but Naked said from like the fucking shadows, like, I hope you're not going to offer us your sperm again. And I was like, please, someone get Quentin. You could tell Quentin, you could tell Naked don't have no good sense. Because whenever he be talking, to be like, why would you say that? Why the fuck would you say that? Okay. I was kind of putting Debs on the story about like Louis wanting a baby with Zara. It's just like, this is a game of telephone. This is a game of telephone. And Connie and Swanky being at the scene of the crimes where the Dubs get put on the story is not surprising. Someone, Naked's trailer proposal, Connie is so extra that I could see how a trailer proposal would make sense to her. It doesn't make sense to anyone else. I was also so confused, but someone in the comments of my TikTok video said that Naked and Connie are best friends and made a promise that they were not married by a certain age, they would marry each other. And that's why Naked is always like tapping in with Connie and like trying to kind of get permission to move on X, Y, and Z. And like I don't know with that if you think like that, their relationship makes more sense. Especially the way that she feels like she has to approve of his relationship. Especially the way, like, you didn't tell me you were getting serious about Kaylee at first and that, like, her feelings towards it all. And, like, that piece of context really fits in the puzzle piece here. So I don't know. I might believe that. I have to say, Fantana is such a disappointment to me. And just please follow me. I think someone in my comments on TikTok says she's from Atlanta, like in America where she's from. I'm not sure what city she's from. I could definitely believe Atlanta. But nonetheless, she's American. She's turned. She's beautiful. And like she's the same age as me. So I was like, when I see her, I see the girls like we see outside, right? I thought she was really finna be player. I thought she was gonna be so cool. Like I was just prepared to really be a Fantana stan, and that's not how it's going. And it's like actually pissing me off. So here's the thing. She obviously was mad initially about how Zari and Diamond's dynamic is, as was Nadia. But Nadia is an actual player and was like, "This is weird," and she backed back, right? Now I absolutely do believe that at this point, Diamond says something disparaging about Zari to Fantana. That's clear. But and it's clear that sorry, I was reading my notes. It's clear that Diamond is going to tell Fantana what she wants to hear, and then Diamond's going to tell Zari what she wants to hear. So he's going to spin Zari out to make a lot. Like Fantana already doesn't like the fact that Diamond holds Zari in such high regard, but he's also going to add dubs on it to just further add fuel to that particular fire, which we saw come to a head at Nadia's like sound check kind of girls' night situation that she had when Fantana and Zari were going back and forth. Now this is my thing. Zari is snappy at the mouth, and it seems until Fantana, no one had really matched her energy on the cast until Fantana. Even Connie, like Connie doesn't necessarily match Zari's energy with how snappy she is. I love that Fantana matches Zari's energy. I love that when they're going back and forth, it's like, read, you know? But I will say, Zari hoed Fantana. Like, Fantana called Zari a old bitter bitch like 2 or 3 times. Zari called her, she said, and you're a young slut. Bitch, when Zari said that, Fantana got it like she's finna fight her. She's finna do all this stuff. She's finna da-da-da-da. And it was like Zari didn't move. She was just like, you know, Fantana started going off like, you wear fake designer, you do this, you're not a billionaire, blase, blase. Like, but Zari was sitting down and she was composed the whole time. Fantana's acting like she's finna get up. Zari, like, it very much gave, you know, that gif and that clip of when Matt Barnes did, like, he faked Kobe Bryant and Kobe Bryant kept a straight face. That's what it gave, because this lady was calm the entire time. You called her an old bitter bitch 2-3 times and she didn't flinch, but like the moment she said you were a young slut, now you want to punch her in the face. Like, you got so upset. And obviously all this has to do with Diamond, like Nadia said, like he's the villain here. And I understand Zari being upset if Diamond is saying disparaging things to Fantana about her, but you need to take that up with Diamond. And it's like, Diamond is the root of the problem here. And then it's also like another reason Fantana disappoint me so much is because Diamond obviously has a girlfriend. So Zari said Diamond has a girlfriend, and you're even more fuel to that fire. You already don't like Zari. Everyone else on the cast is saying Diamond has a girlfriend as well. Diamond is posting his girlfriend, and you're only mad at Zari for saying it? You're not mad at Diamond because Diamond told you he didn't have a girlfriend? Like, it's just not making sense. It very much gives, you really only don't like Zari because of how Diamond treats her, because of how Diamond gets when Zari's in the room. Because up until this point, I think Zari treats all of Diamond's women the same way, but it's a Diamond thing. Like, Diamond is a slut. Speaking of sluts, underlay. And I also get why Diamond did not want Zari with Underlay, because it's like, yeah, bro, we're the same nigga in different fonts. Like, you're just me in a tailored suit. Because watching Underlay bouncing back and forth between Seba, I believe, and Rosetta. First of all, Underlay and Rosetta wanted each other to begin with, but they were faking like they were best friends and like what all this da 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 da. And that's why I don't trust that shit. That's why I don't trust that shit. Because the moment Rosetta actually like said, I think I want to do this, he went to Seba and said, yeah, we no longer can be together or consider being together because I want to consider being Rosetta. That's why when a nigga talk about his girl best friend, bitch, fuck that. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. No, you don't have no girl best friend. Not fucking with me. And if you got a girl best friend, then you're not fucking with me. I don't want no parts. I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that. I really don't want no parts of that. This is I almost forgot. Tubaba, you baba galoosh, two-faced, bald-headed bitch. He's an asshole. Like, the scene where they were playing basketball and Swanky just said I wanted to come and ask Tubaba, like, about the situation with Annie, because I'm both friends with Tubaba and I'm friends with Annie, so I feel like if anyone could have, like, squashed this situation between us, it would have been Tubaba. He got so mad, he said, how dare you speak to me in front of cameras, da, da, da. Here's the thing, baby, you're on a reality show. You're on a reality show. And I would have respected Tubaba if he had said, listen, that's my wife. At the end of the day, that's my wife. And, whatever. I got to go with her regardless. But Swanky didn't even approach the situation on no rah-rah shit. And he made it rah-rah and more of like a how dare you do that because of who I am. Not on some like, hey, man, we're friends and this is my wife and I just would have rathered you talk to me about it, privately. It was very much like, how dare you, like who I am, like don't fucking talk to me in front of the cameras, blase, blase. Like I did not like the way he handled that, especially considering it does seem that Swanky has a separate relationship with him. And what Swanky said made sense. Like, you're friends with both of us. I think that you're the person who could have really squashed this and squashed it early. Like, so if you could tell me what's going on, or like what Swanky said did not make sense. And if Tubaba had handled Swanky like a friend, I think that's the thing. I could have got with what Tubaba was saying if he handled Swanky like Swanky was his friend. But he handled Swanky like he was some just nigga off the street, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Okay, am I done with Young, Famous, and African? Oh, Annie, how could I forget? Annie, are you okay? No, we're not. And is it true that she's about to get her leg allegedly amputated? Because they said she's been having issues with it from an accident that she may have had, and then with her alleged substance abuse that only exasperated it. It's like, I really do pray for Annie's okayness and wellness. Someone said this in the comments, and they said in my comments on TikTok that she was 15 and Tubaba was 24 when they started messing. So that's obviously she was groomed. So I guess that provides context. But yeah, that provides context, I guess. But I don't want to say that absolves like her, because some of the shit has nothing to do with her relationship with how she moves, if you get what I'm saying. Like, what I want to talk about with the reason it relates is because when you've been groomed, that person is your overall arching world, right? So the fact that if you've been groomed from the time you're 15, and that's a very impressionable age, it does make sense that whatever this man does, you drop everything in your life. It does provide more context that you would stay with this man after he has like 5 babies on you, which sounds crazy, but it does provide context. It does make sense. It provides context to how Annie treats her friends. So a problem that we're seeing in season 2 is that Tubaba had these these new baby allegations with the banker. And after that, Annie kind of dropped off the face of the earth. She wasn't engaging with her friends or her castmates. And it was like, everyone's like, where is Annie? Is Annie okay? We don't know. We can't get a hold of her. And so the whole season, like right now, I'm on like episode 7, I believe. Or somewhere, I'm on 6 or 7. And the whole season it's just kind of like been, where's Annie? And she's popped up like twice. At Nadia's sound check at the strip club, she popped up and it was like Connie invited her, but I'm sure she invited her thinking she wouldn't come, you know? And Annie said, why would you invite me and you're going to ice me out? It's like, I'm inviting you because we're friends, but you have not been acting like a friend. And that's, I think, her aloofness to how she treats others when things are hectic in her life is a byproduct of her being groomed, because everything then has to turn to Tubaba. Because, yeah, you're in your 40s at this point, babe. You cannot ice your friends out for months and months and then pop back up like shit is sweet. Even down to, I said this in the last video, even down to when her friends were checking on her and she took offense to that. Like, oh, you should know that, you know, why are you listening to the blogs? Why are you listening to the blogs? You just calling me to see be nosy and see what's going on in my marriage. Well, if we're not talking and you're dropping off the face of the earth and I see something in the blogs, as your friend, I do want to check on you. Like, I want to see if it's true, but like, I want to see if it's true to see if you're okay. Do I need to be a friend and be there for you? Like, the way Annie thinks is very much reflected in the fact that she was groomed. Like, she thinks everyone outside of Tubaba is somehow against her, somehow plotting on her downfall. And if you really watch the way that she speaks on this show, it's apparent. Like, it's just apparent. Like, I don't know. And it's really sad, especially I'm on season 2, so we have the whole season 3, and then at the end of season 3, Tubaba ended up leaving her for the unhonorable Natasha. So it's a lot. It's just a lot. And I wish Annie well. I really do. I hope she recovers. I hope she doesn't have to get her leg amputated. I hope she leaves rehab and is sober and clean and is able to really find herself and who she is outside of Tubaba, and learn that she's worthy of respect. She is the true African queen. I really think that Annie's pretty. Something I really like about her in comparison to the other ladies on the cast. I love that she wears her natural hair, which I know in any Black diaspora, especially where like she's on a cast with women who clearly bleach, she's on a cast with women who, you know, stay in wigs. She shows up natural. She shows up as a beautiful dark-skinned woman. She puts her fits on. She goes to events without makeup. She goes to events like she's just clearly at some level comfortable in her skin in that way, but not comfortable in her skin in the way of like self-respect. And so I just want her to see herself the way that we see her as we're looking at her on TV, like as someone's like, fuck, like you are unapologetically you, and that's who you need to be like on the inside too. All right, Love and Marriage Huntsville, girl. I got all the way up to Kimmy and fucking Maurice wedding. So here we go. Y'all did that 10 year. Oh my God, this is what I want to say. So I when I started Love and Marriage Huntsville, I obviously looked up when it aired. It aired in 2019. And the more I keep watching this, I'm like, these fashions give 2016, 2017. I would know because that was like my sophomore, junior year of college. So I'm looking at the show. I'm like, this gives 2016. This gives 2017. Like the fits, the purses, the haircuts, even the style of sewing. Like, you know, we're constantly advancing, especially as Black people. Like, and the way sew-ins and Black hairstyles, that's really how you can pinpoint different eras, decades, down to the exact year by a bitch's haircut, the style of her sewing, the way she got her shit fried, dyed, and laid to the side. It's a science. It's a motherfucking science. And if you a Black girl, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. So I'm sitting here like, damn, this looked like 2016, 2017, but it said it came out in 2019. So I had just cracked it up to them being in Alabama, and I live in the South, and we know the South be a couple years behind on trends and shit. So I said, okay, they're just in Alabama. I ain't gonna worry about it. During this whole point in time, they said the first season was filmed before, during, and after Martell and Mel was going to celebrate their 10-year wedding anniversary. Now, Martell said something during an argument. He said, you was 22 when you got married. You didn't know what the hell, when we got married, you didn't know what the hell you wanted or you expected of our marriage. Asshole. But I took that because you know how like when you be watching something and you have to Google all the characters and learn all their lore. So I had Googled Melody and it says she was born in 1985. So I said, oh, okay, she's born in 85. She got married at 22. Which means she got married in 2007, which would mean that this was filmed. If it's before, during, and after their 10-year wedding anniversary, this was 2017. This was 2016, 2017. So I was right. I was right. Oh, vindication, just like, yes, I am a black historian. I know, bitch, I'm going to tell you this. Show me the lady's hair. Show me her weave. Show me how they braid the weave. Because I can tell you, even after around 12, they stopped doing the circles. They started doing the vixen. Girl, I know show me a black woman's hair. I'll tell you what year the picture was taken. Show me the motherfucking hair. Anyway, Tisha, why would you bring up Martell cheating at them people 10-year wedding anniversary dinner? What the point was? What like Tisha? She's kind of an airhead. And I mean, I know that's not respectful, but it's like, she be talking and I'm like, what are you talking about? Why would you say that? Okay. When Melody said she didn't know she was going to be married to that man in 10 years, considering that again, that was filmed in 2016, 2017, and it's now 2025, and she is in fact not married to that man. I think that was very, very telling. And she knew she wasn't going to be married to that man because when they asked her, she hesitated and she kind of, she was like, well, I want women to follow their instincts. I want women to stop falling back on what society wants you to do. Leave that man. You left him the first time. You should have stayed. Left. You said, I got an apartment. And you should have stayed in the apartment. You should have stayed. You should have stayed. You should have stayed going. Monster, which is Maurice's son. I'm laughing because I was reading my notes. When he was on FaceTime with his mama and he said, Mom, did you know Kimmy and my dad are getting married on a yacht? And his mama just looked into the camera like, well, no, I didn't know that, but thank you for that information. That shit had me screaming because that is like, I don't know, peak co-parenting. It's just like, no, I didn't know that. I didn't really need to know that, babes, but you're my son and I know you want to tell me about like what's going on in your life. So yeah, that's a good detail. Watching Martell gaslight Mel really, really, really aggravates me. It actually encourages me to be much stricter with men. It encourages me to be a meaner, bitchier lady with men. Because the fact that he has alluded, first of all, he alluded so many times to it being her fault that he cheated. Like, she wasn't doing this. She was too busy. And it's like, no, you cheated because you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to do that. Like, you wanted to do that. And then he even had alluded to cheating not being extreme. It was like Martell is a slime ball. And it's actually like, it's having to watch this, having to watch him work, having to watch him talk to Melody and gaslight her. And, oh, I'm going to Home Depot, but I'm just like the club. Like, are you serious? When Tisha said, so here's the thing. When Marcel said he was going to a strip club to buy the bitches shots, I was like, okay. I don't think you're supposed to say that part out loud. I don't think you're supposed to tell your wife that you're buying shots for other ladies. But I'm going to put that on the table. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to that part. Just hold on to that. Martell, Mel be in there arguing and showing up late. This is the thing. Everyone keep getting mad. Oh my God, I just got a work text. Oh my God. After I got so much to do. Let me finish this video up, guys. So I got some more reports. I'm gonna finish. So, Martell and Mel, like, everyone keeps getting irritated with them showing up to late. Melody not showing up to things. Melody, like, being all lost. It seems like she's lost in the sauce, but it seems like she's being bougie. That bitch was fighting for her life. Her nigga is running her through the mud. Like he's treating her badly. She's trying to make her marriage work, and that's very apparent watching this. It's like, yeah, she's not showing up to things because it has nothing to do with Kimmy, and she's trying to make it seem like, oh, because I'm like, no, you're sad. Your husband's cheating. You don't want to go be around people, and that's clear. Y'all show up late to everything because you're arguing beforehand, and then you got to take the time to get yourselves together before you go get around other married couples. Like, that is so fucking apparent, which is why Martell turned into Marcus and let so fucking loose at the strip club, because you don't want to be married. You don't want to be married. And it would just have me screaming because Martell getting all the lap dances, Maurice over there just dancing, and they didn't get Maurice on camera doing nothing salacious, girl. Which I'm not saying he didn't do anything salacious, but he was just dancing and vibing and pop locking and dropping on the stage like he was a goddamn stripper. Like, Maurice, move. I am not a strip club person. I'm not a strip club person. But I will say this, and maybe this is because I live in Texas, and this is a city in which strippers and strip clubs are very normalized in the culture somewhat, very casual. I don't care if my man goes to the strip club. I got to be honest. I've gone to the strip club with a man before, and watched the man got a lap dance myself. Like, the girl was dancing like ping-ponging off of both our laps. And I'm saying, like, that's not really my vibe. But as a lady, if my man go to the strip club, yeah, you need to be in there buying shots and drinks, or else you're wasting them ladies' time. You're taking up space. That's their job. You shouldn't be in there not throwing no money. Like, them men, if the wives had such an issue with them men being at the strip club, they should not have gone to the strip club. That's what you should have said to y'all husbands. I don't want you at the strip club. Because saying, you can go to the strip club, but don't throw no money, don't buy no shots. What are we talking about? That is a strip club. Like, I'm just being realistic. And just like I said, for me, a man getting a lap dance from a stripper, that doesn't bother me. It just doesn't bother me, especially if you know strippers, which I know like, it's just like that be a job. They don't like or want your husband. They don't like or want your husband. And I promise you, if they take it a step further and go to the boom boom room in the back on the clock, one, your husband is paying for it. And two, your husband propositioned, or they propositioned, but at the end of the day, your husband said yes. And they doing it for the money. They not doing it because they want your husband. So your issue is really with your husband. Them girls is at work. I don't know, y'all. Like I said, when Tisha wanted to be, oh, you spent $1,300 on shot. Oh, y'all was throwing money. Oh, that. And then her mama got involved, Miss Wanda. Girl, Marcel better than me. I'd have cussed Wanda out, girl. And Wanda wasn't wrong, but Wanda, I could tell she gonna be some. Because this is the other thing. Why would you come to Wanda going on Marcel at his brother's wedding is crazy as fuck to me. I'm not mad that she was going on Marcel because Marcel is a dickhead. But, like, let's have some decorum. There's a time and a place. Like, let's just, Miss Wanda, it's giving Mama Joyce. It's giving, okay, get your motherfucking mama. And I like that Kimmy very nicely checked it. Like, no, today is my day. It's about me and Maurice. We ain't going to talk about Marcel not having on his ring. We're going to talk about my big-ass ring that my husband just gave me. And the weather cleared up. And that's the last little point. I'm going to wrap this shit on up and put on a bow on it. Like Kimmy said, there's omens on wedding days. If, and it's not, I won't say it's bad if it rains on your wedding day, but it's not known to be the best omen. But the way it cleared up, girl, and what they were saying, and they had that beautiful sunset, and Kimmy was crying. I wanted to cry. I said, we could not have got to this beautiful sunset without a little bit of storm, a little bit of rain. Oh, that shit was beautiful. Oh, I was so happy it worked out for them, and they got all that clear weather. Then they could just party and do it and do what they need to do. And this, last little point. Mel and Martell was arguing outside. I definitely see where Melody coming from. You mean you cheating on me, and then you let your girlfriend talk crazy to me? You cheated on me, and you let your girlfriend say, why the hell is your wife talking like? It's just like, damn, you have to leave him. Why didn't you leave him? He doesn't respect you. He doesn't respect you as a woman. He doesn't respect your relationship as a whole. He doesn't respect the commitment that y'all made to each other in front of your government and your God, but then he doesn't respect you as his wife. And then he doesn't respect you as even a partner, because why would you let someone talk to your partner crazy? Because that was his real partner. No tea, no shade. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to try and get back with y'all on Monday. We going to see. I'm definitely going to be dropping a couple of videos next week. I'm going to be pretty busy next week, so I can't promise a Monday through Friday, but you will get some videos. Tap in the comments. Let me know what you think of Love and Marriage Huntsville and of Young, Famous, and African. I would say give me some more suggestions on the shows, but I'm kind of at capacity right now between the Africans, the African Americans. They running my blood pressure up, you child. So see y'all next time.